Nothing in life is free, but the MyDigiCell app is. You don't need to be on a data plan to use the app. You can conveniently chat with Ruby or an agent for help. Check your account balance, activate a Prime bundle, or gift it to a friend. Send credit. Check the Georgetown and Burpees Bridge schedules. Activate a roaming plan. Play Shake to Win for cool prizes. So don't worry about a data plan, buddy. Download the MyDigiCell app from the Google Play Store or the Apple App Store today. Digicel, better together.
This is the news on top of the hour.
Live from our studio in Georgetown.
Kaieteur Radio, 99.1 FM.
Good evening. Welcome to this evening's newscast on Kaieteur Radio. I am Kevin Smith. Let's get to the news in detail. Guyana last year collected some $230.4 billion in current revenues, but with its total public debt figure standing at some $415.2 billion, it would mean the country last year earned, as a nation, half the amount it owes. This startling revelation was laid bare in the Auditor General's report for the fiscal year 2020, made public when the National Assembly met on Monday last. The Auditor General outlined that the total public debt stood at $415.153 billion at the end of 2020. This compared with the sum of $388.5 billion at the end of 2019, representing an increase of $26.7 billion. In other news, following its completion of a comprehensive performance audit on the COVID-19 pandemic assistance voucher program for the period March to September 2020, Auditor General Deodat Sharma found several red flags with some of the agencies that were central to the execution as well as the preservation of the integrity of the program. Sharma noted that NDMA was responsible for assessing applications for vouchers valued between $25,000 and $32,000 in accordance with approved criteria established in the COVID-19 pandemic assistance guidelines to ensure only eligible individuals received assistance. Sharma stated, however, that NDMA did not have adequate input controls to prevent inaccurate, incomplete, and/or invalid data from being entered into the system. Much to his dismay, the AG discovered that the information system related to the multi-million-dollar voucher program was exposed to security threats, which could alter, corrupt, or destroy data. And moving on, Permanent Secretary attached to the Ministry of Amerindian Affairs, Sharon Hicks, who was reportedly caught red-handed collecting a bribe more than 2 months ago, will finally be charged. This was disclosed by Crime Chief Wendell Blanham. He said that the case file was returned from the DPP chambers on Wednesday with advice that Hicks be charged with corrupt transaction with an agent. Blanham added that Hicks will appear in court to face the charge at the earliest opportunity. Hicks was caught on October 7th during a police sting operation, collecting $200,000 as a kickback from a security services contractor. And moving on, despite the fact that some $2 billion was allocated in Budget 2021 to pay for electricity charges to GPL, the government is seeking an additional $4 billion from the contingency fund. This time it says to clear arrears owed to that company by state agencies. This request comes just a week after GPL announced that it was broke. Opposition leader Joseph Harman flagged the request, citing that the amount is a 329% increase from what was paid to the company in 2019. Harman pointed out that since the government is requesting more monies, he would like to know the exact sum of the arrears owed to the state-owned GPL. In other news, President Ali said that all commanders of the Guyana Police Force must pursue a first degree, and those who already have one will be encouraged to do their masters. He said the government will pay for their studies. President Ali pointed out that of 250 ranks who will be receiving awards this year for their exceptional performance, the top 50 will be given the same educational opportunities. The president explained that it is important for the GPF to be abreast with the government's developmental agenda, which will guide their own policing strategies. He said that those who fail to get on board will be left behind. And to wrap things up this evening, let's tell you that NPTAB, or the National Procurement and Tender Administration Board, on Tuesday opened 10 bids from companies interested in procuring tablets for the Ministry of Public Service. The tablets, according to the ministry, are to facilitate online learning through the GOAL 20,000 Scholarships Program. Director of GOAL, Professor Jacob Upedei, said that they are looking to procure 450 tablets for awardees, mainly for those in the hinterland regions. He noted that these students, even though awarded a scholarship, are unable to access their education because of the lack of resources for the online classes. And with that, we've come to the end of this evening's newscast. I'm Kevin Smith. Thank you for listening. Coming up next is the National Outlook with G.H. Gilal, and immediately after that, a short presentation from the publisher of the Kaieteur News, as usual, Mr. Glenn Lau.
Want value